This is Eddie Gallagher, transcribed, piping you aboard another Navy show. Those are the Blue Notes, four Navy men who'll join the orchestra and our guest conductor, Richard Hayman, for a quarter hour of good popular music. The band starts us off with Jazz Legato. You've heard about the men who join the Navy and go to sea, but have you heard about the men who join the Naval Reserve and stay home? Well, this Naval Reserve is quite a deal. Its members are the Minutemen of the Navy. They're called upon in time of national emergency. Now, you can belong if you're between the ages of 17 and 44. After you've successfully completed your required active time, all that's required are periodic drills, completing of correspondence courses, and 2 weeks of active training each year. The Navy will train you in a specialty, and you'll get paid while you learn. And if you have former military service, you can enlist at your previous held rating. Just drop in at your nearest Navy recruiting station or any Naval Reserve training center and get full details. Here are four Navy men with a specialty. They're darn good musicians. The Blue Notes and It Had to Be You.
It had to be you, it had to be you. I wandered around, finally found somebody who could make me be blue, could make me be true, could make me be glad just to be sad thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they would do. Nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss, but they wouldn't do. Nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you. It had to be you.
You know, one thing about being in the enlisted reserve is that you can be in the Navy and still be at home and watch your favorite TV program when it comes on the air. A lot of people watch George Gobel every week. Well, if you're one of them, you'll recognize this next song featuring our guest conductor, Richard Hayman. Here he is with George Gobel's theme song, Gobeloo's.
So there you are.
Back in the old days, vessels from other countries would sometimes intercept our ships at sea and take off our American sailors for service on their own ships. Well, that was one way of getting men. But the United States Navy has a better way. It's the enlisted reserve. You join, you get Navy training right in your own backyard. And you get paid for it, too. That's what a sailor would call having plenty of liberty. Why not look into it for yourself? See your local Navy recruiter or check with your nearest Naval Reserve Training Center. Back now to the Blue Notes with more of our good Navy music. Here's How High the Moon. Now here's some music that recalls a stirring period in our Navy history, World War II. The Navy transported millions of men overseas and did lots more, too. It furnished the sea and air strength for the seizure of Sicily, Salerno, Anzio, and southern France. Your Navy fought the Germans undersea, on the sea, and in the air. And in the Pacific, the Navy added new laurels in the Battle of the Coral Sea, fought by carrier planes, and won the decisive Battle of Midway. All Navy men and many others remember the glorious victories at Guadalcanal, the Solomons, the Gilberts, the Marshall Islands, and all the other victories on the road to Tokyo. Yes, sea power brought us victory in the Pacific and inspired the film series that many of you have seen called Victory at Sea. From Victory at Sea, the Navy Orchestra plays Guadalcanal March. And with the playing of the Guadalcanal March by Richard Rodgers from Victory at Sea, another Navy show comes to an end. And just one final reminder. The United States Naval Reserve is the Navy's branch for civilians. The Navy offers you training in all kinds of exciting specialties, including jet aviation and atomic submarines, in addition to a range of training programs that you'll find useful in your civilian work. Visit your nearest Navy recruiting station for particulars. And now this is Eddie Gallagher saying goodbye for the United States Navy. Here comes the Navy. everybody. This is Eddie Gallagher, transcribed, introducing another Navy show. And that means another quarter hour of good music. Along with the Blue Notes and the Navy Orchestra, we have as our special guest, Al Hibbler. We'll have a word for the college students in a moment, but right now it's time for music. Here's the trumpet trio featured in Bugler's Holiday. Bugler's Holiday. And speaking of holidays, you can enjoy your holidays on a wonderful Navy cruise. And if you're a college student, let me tell you how you can take a cruise. Check the Navy NROTC College Contract Program. Now, that's the Naval Reserve Officers Training Corps program. And here, very briefly, is how you can become a naval officer when you receive your undergraduate degree. You sign an agreement to take required naval science courses and drills along with your curriculum, plus one summer training cruise. And your cruise is really something special, including a visit to a foreign port. You'll travel to interesting places, and many of your shipmates will be college students like yourself. In return, the Navy provides you with uniforms, allowances during your junior and senior years, and, most significant, a reserve officer's commission upon graduation. Now, students who enter this agreement are called contract students. Take a good look at this NROTC program. Check with the professor of naval science at your college. Well, Al Hibbler is going to be along in a minute, but before he sings, the Blue Notes have a tasty medley for you. Here are the Blue Notes.
When whippoorwills call and evening is nigh, I hurry to my blue heaven. I turn to the right, a little white light will lead you to my blue heaven. You'll see a smiling face, a fireplace, a cozy room, a little nest that nestles where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and baby makes three. We're happy in my blue heaven. You'll see a smiling face, a fireplace, a cozy room, a little nest that nestles where the roses bloom. Just Molly and me, and the baby makes three. We're happy in my blue heaven.
You might call that a serenade in blue. Those were the navy blue notes with Blue Skies, My Blue Heaven, and Blue Moon. Now here is our singing star for today, one of your nation's top singers, Al Hibbler. He has a song that'll have a familiar ring to any Navy man. It's one he's recorded for Decca Records. Here's Al Hibbler with the title song from the Universal International picture, Away All Boats.
Away all boats, I'm sending out my ships of dreams to bring the love I long to hold. They sail the sea of things that used to be, and gently you return to me on waves of memory. When I'm alone and lonely in the night again, I think of you, I dim the light, and then I set my ships of fancy free to roam. Away all boats, a happy voyage home. When I'm alone and lonely in the night I think of you, I dim the light, and then I set my ships of fancy free to run. Away all boats, a happy voyage home.
Al Hibbler entertaining on the Navy Show. College students are offered wonderful opportunities from the Navy. When you graduate, you can become a commissioned officer. And about all you have to do is add just one course, a course called Navy. You study naval science, attend drills, and get a summer cruise. Believe me, it's worth looking into. Just check with the professor of naval science at your college and ask him about the advantages of NROTC, Naval Reserve Officers Training Corps. Now we have the Blue Notes. 4 Navy men with just one tune on their minds. I found a new baby. And that's another Navy Show. Remember, if you're a college student, there's a place in the Navy just for you. Until we meet again, then, this is Eddie Gallagher, the commanding officer of this Join the Navy show, saying so long for all the personnel of the United States Navy.